Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. And the moon is in its dignity in Cancer. Shout out to the moon in Cancer's out there. And the sun is in Taurus. We had, of course, the iconic Sun Uranus conjunction yesterday. And that kicked us off on a very extraordinary or extra dimensional cycle, supernatural cycle that you'll continue to see more of the evidence and results of as we kick this cycle off. But it's definitely going to be this moon in Cancer that'll have you feel what's happening. Everything about Uranus, in my opinion, is quantum. And so it really pertains more to phenomena that we can't really see without, special gadgets, but still are real, still exist. The subatomic level of existence that you are learning you can influence with your own thoughts, with your own moods, with your own feelings. A huge facet of this is to not wait for scientific experts to really, give you permission to believe in certain things. You are the revolutionary. You are stepping into the expertise of yourself, contributing that as a piece of knowledge, as a piece of science. So be willing to experiment, be willing to, make mistakes and experiment and analyze and log what works, what doesn't work, because everything about, aspects and energy like this is controversial. A lot of what we are breaking into is directly contradicting and, if anything, going staunchly against scientific discoveries and findings over the past 30 years since the last time Saturn was in the knowledge sign of Aquarius. So this is common. This happens all the time where you have theorems and hypotheses tested, and then after we update it, maybe with, more connectivity or technology, we realize that certain scientific discoveries we made before then were wrong and we have to update them. This has happened with how we calculated the earth. This has happened with theories of gravity and also relativity. There's certain things that Einstein said that people thought was real, and then later scientists realized it was freaking wrong. You know what I'm saying? Science is a liar sometimes. And it's not so much that science is a liar, it's just that as we upgrade our ability to experiment and come into knowledge, it updates a lot of what we thought we knew, such as enlightenment. And, it's something about coming into more knowledge that reminds you that there's so much more to know. So the more you have fun with this, the better. But I say this to inspire you to really take more of an open mind towards this next frontier of consciousness. A lot of the Sun Uranus conjunct is manifesting the next frontier of consciousness, specifically correlating to the causality between intent and how we bridge this subatomic quantum world with the macrocosmic world around us, of course, it all being one, and how you in the middle consciously manifest, direct, and produce said changes. So the moon in its dignity in Cancer is third house to the sun. The third house develops one attitude, and this is the final level of the activation. It's the final part of the activation that fleshes it out, gives it form, and you start to see it. And what did we manifest? New energy, okay? We manifested a new understanding of stepping into this innovation of conscious manifestation and activating supernatural guidelines along how much more innovative we bring into reality extra dimensional, multi-dimensional, supernatural aspects of ourselves. Also having you channel like an MFer. So then the moon in Gemini manifested a change in perspective to align your thinking with this new cycle. And now the moon in Cancer is extending forth this change of perception with the soul function to feel and take action off of this change of perspective to flesh through skills and abilities that will move you forward. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations. You're getting ready to manifest special skills. Okay? What makes these skills special is that they're skills only you can do. Everything about being a specialist, when you call in a special agent, they specialize in a certain field that no one else who just understands it generally can do. You can call in doctors to help a patient, but that patient might need a special cardiologist who specializes into the heart better than other general physicians. And this is where you're going to cultivate the deepening and feeling into the holy sincerity of the soul actions that will have you feel into the manifestation of these skills. And given how intuitively led this will be with its trine and Neptune, many of you are going to marvel, get it? See what I did there? Marvel DC, and how you bring into form outwards the final activation of this new flow of energy, this new definition of energy, because Taurus is a natural energy. That Uranus in the North Node is aligning with destiny to unconventionally make more supernatural the way you manifest. That's basically it. You think sharper, you have stronger, more unconventional values, you believe in yourself more. This is enabling you to manifest much more supernaturally. But now the abilities that are attached to this nature of manifestation is going to now get ready to integrate through the moon in Leo, so that once we step into the moon in Virgo and then the full moon in Scorpio, you are actively integrating this into your practical techniques towards society with other people. Because this isn't necessarily some law of attraction woo-woo BS where you just believe things, but there's no context. You're on the verge of breaking through into social context to where these supernatural abilities you're using with other people, they're also witnessing it. It's literally innovating consciousness. It's innovating society. It's innovating the collective back to this revolution of the individual. The opposition the moon will make to Pluto will kill certain emotions that align outside of the integrity of how you're harnessing more of this power. Great way to think of this is for those of you who are heartbroken because you realize maybe you're not as valued by certain people you like, or certain things don't work out. You got, and I'm taking this quote from, I wish I didn't forget his name. A very dope comedian on I know he's on Instagram, but other platforms too. Damn it. But he had mentioned that you want God to be your accountant, and that if you're heartbroken is because you're giving too much energy to other people instead of keeping it within yourself. Because if you're truly in your power, you can't be heartbroken because you're not giving or projecting too much energy outwards towards people who, you know, may not appreciate you, versus having that healthy balance. So tap into God. Let God be your accountant. And if y'all know who said that, comment that down below. I know he's affiliated with Jess Hilarious, or you're used to Country Wayne. There we go. It was Country Wayne who said that. I had to remember this. I know it was Wayne something. So Country Wayne, shout out to Country Wayne. And once again, you know, relatives, and I'm gonna see Jess Hilarious on Friday. She coming to Vegas. It's gonna be lit. Shout out to Jessica rocking out with me. But once again, you know, this is definitely very, very, very powerful, because Cancer moon is soul power. So you're activating soul power that is an inerted feeling. It's not necessarily the sun in Leo, which is this golden conscious awareness. This is intuitive soul power that will lead you intuitively. And you want to think of Cancer, if the new moon in Taurus was the lines you've created to create a picture, you're coloring in those lines now. You're starting to bring life, depth, substance, and color to these new values you've manifested. Once we step into moon in Leo, we're integrating. So you can only integrate something that's activated. And what you're activating are special skill sets, abilities, and power to take this generated energy with which you'll begin to practice coming into Moon in Leo, Virgo, and of course, Libra. All right. By the time the moon squares this Cancer energy in Libra, the special skills that you are activating right now, you will be integrating socially with other people, balancing with their emotions. So this is a very pivotal week and next week where you're fleshing in newly defined supernatural skills and abilities. The emphasis more was on awakening superpowers, but now we're taking these superpowers to develop special abilities based on these powers, based on these values. Let's say you have the superpower to literally manifest fire from your palm. Now you're creating abilities. Fireball, fire pepper ball, where you're shooting different fireballs, or flamethrower, where you're shooting a flamethrower. These are different abilities and expressions of that one firepower. This is where you're starting to now, based on your personality, express how this goes. I use very extreme examples that are supernatural, but this doesn't even have to be extreme. This could be your special skill set of being able to empathically tap into people deeper than usual and offer, proper nurturing, or support or advice. We also will notice the quincunx with Aquarius, okay, which is still squaring Uranus. So the knowledge that Saturn in Aquarius through the collective is enforcing and also revealing will transform a lot of how you feel about yourself based on this breakthrough of how you're fleshing through these abilities. So for many of you, you've been having synchronicities of seeing these abilities work themselves through you, but you're now feeling the cardinal function of the causality that enables you to feel this based off of the intent of the cause, okay? The cause of the intent. So a lot of this will make more sense as you go through it, but the opposition of Pluto will transform how you anchor this, and the trine to Neptune will guide you intuitively. The intuitive revelations you gain on this transit will be mind-blowing, and it will speak on phenomena that will cause you to have or push you to have faith, because a lot of these things you may be feeling before they're even happening, and it's a sign of what's to come. So don't doubt it because you don't see evidence of it. Create the evidence for it by bringing in that feeling. No matter what the external reality looks like, you're being revealed this synchronicity for a reason. So flow with it, okay? And this intuitive guidance will enable you to step deeper into the development of these special skills. Y'all stay blessed as always. Godspeed. And what special abilities are you activating? Peace.